Hello, scientists. So today we are going to be investigating different changes in substances in order to determine whether it's a physical change or a chemical change. And so we have a little guest with us today. Say hi, Uju.
Hello.
Okay, so the very first thing we have is this apple. So you can see the apple. So I want you guys to observe all of the properties of the apple. So note things like the shape, the color, the texture, luster, if you can. And so then we're going to have Uju cut it. Here you go. So that we could observe the inside as well.
Am I doing it the right?
You are. Press down. There you go. You might need a little more strength there.
Yeah, I'm just.
There you go. So let's see. You could take out a slice so we could see what the inside looks like. Okay, so you guys can see the inside of our apple. And we're just going to put it aside and we'll come back to it later to see what we observe. Okay, so we're back. So our second investigation involves water and a colored powder. So we are first going to observe the properties of both substances. So first up, the water. Okay, and the powder. Okay, and so now we're going to mix both of those things together. Go ahead and swirl that for us. And again, this is what we have. So I want you guys to make note of the properties, and you're going to determine, once again, if we have a physical change or a chemical change. Okay, so for our third one, we're looking at milk and vinegar. So let's observe the properties, starting with the milk. Looks like just regular milk to me. Let's look at the vinegar. And Uju, I want you to go ahead and smell that for us. How does it smell? You need to put your mask down a bit.
It doesn't sound good.
So it doesn't smell good. It has that sharp vinegary scent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I want you to mix those two substances together. Awesome. Now take the second cup, and I want you to just pour the substance from your first cup into your second. Keep going. Pour it again. And you guys can see what we have in that cup. And if you can, get a strainer so that you can collect some of that material that we have in the cup. And so again, I want you guys to tell me if this is a physical change or a chemical change and why. And now here we have our clay. So we have purple clay or Play-Doh and orange. So go ahead and open those up so we could observe their properties. Brand new. Uju's on the struggle bus, so I might have to get her some scissors. Okay, so we're back. So we have our purple clay or Play-Doh. Can we see what that looks like? Can you smush it a bit for us? Tell us what the texture is like.
Very dough-like. Kind of hard, but at the same time, kind of soft.
Okay. And the orange?
Also very similar. Also kind of hard and soft.
So it's like a soft, solid material. Okay, so I want you to take a piece of each. A big enough piece. Yep. And you're gonna mix those two things together. So let's observe what's happening. Keep mixing. And you can make yourself something. You can use the stamp. Yeah, have fun with it.
Okay.
Aw, what is it, a teddy bear?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so this is what we have. So again, I want you guys to note whether it was a physical change or a chemical change. Okay, so next up we have our warm water, sugar, and yeast. So really quickly, we're going to look at the properties of each. So you guys are already familiar with the water. So let's look at our sugar and our yeast. Okay, so you can go ahead and pour the sugar into the bottle. Okay, and now let's observe our yeast. And what does that feel like?
Kind of feels like sand.
Okay. Okay, so now you could put the yeast into the balloon using the funnel. Need some help?
No, I can do.
Ooh, just struggling just a little bit. Awesome. Now I want you to gently take off the balloon, and you're going to put the balloon over the bottle. Don't let it drop yet. You need some assistance, would you?
No, I can do it.
I think I should assist her.
Okay, maybe you should.
Okay, so now I want you to tip over the bottle so that the yeast goes into the bottle. So, nope, tip over the balloon, sorry. Careful. You don't want that balloon getting unstuck.
Okay, I think that's most of it.
Okay, and I want you to just swirl that around, make sure the balloon stays on. Okay. And we're just gonna let that sit for a couple of minutes and then we'll come back to observe. Okay, so last but not least, we have styrofoam and acetone. So let's just observe. So our acetone, and be very careful. Can you give it a whiff? Don't put it all the way up to your nose without your mask so you could actually. What does it smell like?
Alcohol?
Okay. And then styrofoam. Okay, so I want you to put the styrofoam into the container. Okay, so hopefully you guys were able to see what happened. And again, drop that last piece, Uju. And so this is what we have. So do you guys think physical change, chemical change, and why?